How other people talk in English. The silence felt heavy, pressing down. A simple hello in English seemed an insurmountable mountain. Thoughts swirled, tangled with self-doubt and fear of mispronunciation. Everyone else sounded so effortless, so natural, conversing with ease. This initial hurdle, the sheer terror of uttering a single word, was incredibly paralyzing. It made the dream of fluent English feel distant, almost impossible to achieve. Then, a quiet observation began. How other people talk in English became a fascinating study. Noticing their intonation, their pauses, and even their common filler words provided valuable insights. They weren't perfect, sometimes they hesitated, sometimes they searched for words, but they kept going. This realization was liberating, showing that fluency wasn't about flawlessness, but continuous effort. They often spoke with a natural rhythm, almost like music. It wasn't just about vocabulary, it was the way sentences flowed, connecting ideas seamlessly. This naturalness, often unconscious, was a key aspect of their communication. Listening closely, one could pick up on common idioms and expressions that made their English sound so authentic and engaging to native speakers. Mimicking their patterns, even just internally, started to reshape my own approach. Understanding that different people have diverse accents and speeds also helped. Some spoke rapidly, others more deliberately, but all conveyed their message effectively. This variety highlighted that there isn't one correct way to speak, only effective ways that convey meaning. The overwhelming question lingered: how to take first step for talking. It felt like jumping into a cold ocean without knowing how to swim. But the secret, I learned, was to start incredibly small. Even one word, one phrase, spoken aloud in private, was a monumental beginning. It built a tiny spark of momentum. Overcoming the inhibition required immense courage, even if nobody was listening initially. The first spoken words, even simple greetings, broke the psychological barrier. It wasn't about perfection, it was about progress, however minuscule. The act of vocalizing, hearing my own voice attempting English, was a powerful affirmation that this journey was truly underway. How to practice English became the next crucial question. The answer, surprisingly simple, yet profoundly effective, was daily consistency. Think of it like building a muscle. You wouldn't expect to run a marathon after one gym session. Short, regular bursts of practice yielded far better results than infrequent, lengthy sessions. A practical tip emerged: talk in English just one page per day. This wasn't a literal page of spoken text, but a metaphor for a manageable daily commitment. Maybe it was describing your day, summarizing an article, or just narrating your actions. The key was a consistent, small, daily output. This consistent daily engagement, even for just 5 to 10 minutes, reinforced learning and built neural pathways. It prevented the knowledge from fading and kept the English active in your mind. The accumulation of these small efforts became a powerful engine for progress, proving that consistency truly is king in language acquisition. How make confidence in speaking became a central theme. It wasn't a magical switch but a gradual process. Every successful interaction, however brief, added a brick to the wall of self-assurance. Even mistakes, when approached constructively, became stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. Celebrate every tiny victory. Successfully ordering coffee, asking for directions, or even just understanding a native speaker's joke built immense confidence. These small wins accumulated, creating a powerful sense of achievement. They proved that you were capable, slowly but surely, of navigating real-world English conversations effectively. Why you should practice speaking is fundamental. English is a language of communication, not just academic study. Without speaking, the knowledge remains theoretical, trapped within textbooks. Speaking is the application, the real test, and the ultimate purpose of learning. It unlocks worlds of opportunity. Practicing speaking opens doors globally. Imagine traveling, confidently conversing with locals, or pursuing international career opportunities. It connects you with diverse cultures and people, enriching your life immeasurably. Fluent spoken English transforms abstract knowledge into tangible, real-world interactions and experiences, making every effort worthwhile. How to learn English encompasses more than just speaking. It's a holistic endeavor involving reading, listening, writing, and active participation. Each component supports the others, creating a robust framework for language acquisition. Neglecting any one area weakens the overall learning process significantly. True learning happens through immersion, even if it's artificial immersion at home. Surround yourself with English content, movies, music, podcasts, news. The more you expose yourself to the language in various contexts, the more natural it becomes. This consistent exposure helps internalize grammar and vocabulary effortlessly. English story reading is an often underestimated powerhouse. It exposes you to vocabulary and context, showing how words are naturally used. It develops reading comprehension, improves grammar intuitively, and expands your understanding of sentence structures. Plus, it's an enjoyable way to learn. Stories provide context, making new words memorable. Unlike isolated flashcards, a narrative embeds vocabulary within a meaningful plot. This deepens retention and makes recall easier. Reading also subtly improves your writing style and allows you to absorb complex sentence patterns without explicit grammar rules. Why you must read English is simple: it's a foundational skill. It builds your passive vocabulary, which eventually becomes active. Reading exposes you to different writing styles, registers, and cultural nuances. It's a quiet, powerful engine that fuels your speaking and listening abilities by expanding your lexical bank. A rich vocabulary gained through reading directly enhances your speaking ability. When you have more words at your disposal, you can express yourself more precisely and eloquently. This reduces hesitation and increases fluency, allowing your thoughts to flow more smoothly into spoken words, creating a more confident delivery. Listening actively is paramount. It's not just about hearing sounds, it's about understanding intonation, stress, and natural pauses. Observe how other people talk in English, not just what they say. This teaches you the rhythm and music of the language, which is crucial for sounding natural. Pay attention to how native speakers pronounce words, not just individually but within connected speech. This helps refine your own pronunciation, making you more intelligible. Mimicry, even in simple phrases, can significantly improve your spoken English and reduce misunderstandings, making interactions smoother and more enjoyable. Let me tell you talking tips. Tip number 1, start small. Don't aim for perfect, long speeches immediately. Begin with short sentences, common phrases, and simple descriptions. Overwhelm leads to paralysis, while small, manageable steps lead to consistent progress and a sense of accomplishment. Tip number 2: embrace mistakes. They are not failures, they are learning opportunities. Everyone makes them, even native speakers. View them as feedback, guiding you to correct and improve. The fear of making mistakes often prevents people from speaking at all, which is the biggest mistake. Tip number 3: find a speaking partner. This could be a friend, a language exchange partner, or a tutor. Regular conversations provide real-time practice and immediate feedback. It makes learning interactive and enjoyable, transforming a solitary study into a dynamic, engaging experience. Tip number 4: record yourself. It might feel awkward initially, but listening back to your own voice helps identify areas for improvement. You'll catch pronunciation errors, awkward phrasing, and repetitive structures. It's an objective way to track progress and refine your delivery. Tip number 5: integrate English into your daily life. Label objects around your house in English. Think in English during mundane tasks. Narrate your day to yourself in English. The more you use it, even silently, the more natural it becomes, fostering a subconscious fluency. Tip number 6: prioritize fluency over absolute perfection. It's better to communicate your ideas, even with minor errors, than to stay silent waiting for perfection. Native speakers understand mistakes. Focus on getting your message across clearly and confidently, allowing fluency to develop naturally. Tip number 7: stay curious. Always seek new words, new expressions, and new ways to communicate. The English language is vast and constantly evolving. This curiosity keeps the learning process fresh and exciting, preventing stagnation and fostering continuous improvement in your skills. Focus on learning common phrases and expressions. These are the building blocks of natural conversation. Instead of just individual words, learn how words combine to form idiomatic expressions. This makes your English sound more authentic and less like a direct translation from your native language. A simple, yet powerful exercise: describe your day aloud to yourself in English. What did you eat for breakfast? What are your plans? This forces you to retrieve vocabulary and construct sentences spontaneously, improving your real-time speaking ability significantly without external pressure. After watching an English video or reading an article, try to summarize its main points aloud. This not only practices your speaking but also improves your comprehension and ability to synthesize information. It's a fantastic way to turn passive consumption into active production. Don't underestimate the power of repetition. If you learn a new phrase, repeat it often. Use it in different contexts. The more you say something, the more it becomes ingrained in your memory and easier to retrieve when needed during actual conversations, building automaticity. Visualize yourself speaking English confidently. Imagine engaging in lively conversations, expressing your ideas clearly, and understanding others effortlessly. Positive visualization can boost your motivation and reduce anxiety, preparing your mind for success even before you open your mouth. Connect English learning to your passions. If you love cooking, watch English cooking shows. If you like gaming, join English-speaking gaming communities. Learning becomes enjoyable when it aligns with your interests, making the process feel less like study and more like a hobby. Avoid comparing yourself negatively to others. Everyone's language journey is unique. Some might seem to progress faster, but focus on your own growth and celebrate your own milestones. Comparison can be a thief of joy and a demotivator in your learning process. There are countless online communities dedicated to language exchange. Platforms like Tandem or HelloTalk connect you with native speakers worldwide. This provides a safe, low-pressure environment to practice speaking and receive feedback, expanding your network and opportunities for conversation. Podcasts are incredible for improving listening comprehension and exposing you to natural conversational English. Choose topics you enjoy. Listen while commuting, exercising, or doing chores. It's a passive yet highly effective way to absorb the rhythm and intonation of spoken English effortlessly. Watch English movies and TV shows, initially with subtitles in English, then without. This trains your ear to different accents and colloquialisms. It's entertaining and provides valuable context for language use, making learning feel less like a chore and more like entertainment. Sing along to English songs. This is a fun way to practice pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation without even realizing you're studying. It helps internalize the natural flow of sentences and can significantly boost your confidence in articulating sounds correctly and effortlessly. Set realistic, achievable goals. Instead of become fluent, aim for talk for 5 minutes daily or read one short story a week. Small, consistent goals are much easier to stick to and provide a sense of continuous accomplishment, fueling your motivation forward. Regularly review what you've learned. New vocabulary, grammar points, and expressions should be revisited to ensure long-term retention. Spaced repetition systems can be incredibly effective for this. Consistency in review reinforces knowledge and prevents forgetting, making your efforts more fruitful. In conversation, don't be afraid of a moment of silence while you think. It's natural. Better to pause and formulate a coherent thought than to rush and make a significant error. Use fillers like or well if you need to, just like native speakers do. When listening, focus on keywords and context rather than trying to understand every single word. This helps in understanding the overall meaning, even if some vocabulary is unfamiliar. It trains your brain to infer meaning and reduces the pressure of perfect comprehension. Actively try to think in English. When you're planning your day, instead of thinking in your native language, mentally form sentences in English. This trains your brain to process thoughts directly in the target language, bypassing translation and speeding up your response time. Once comfortable with basic conversations, actively expand the topics you discuss. Challenge yourself to talk about current events, abstract ideas, or more complex subjects. This broadens your vocabulary and forces you to use more sophisticated grammar, pushing your fluency further. Actively seek feedback on your speaking. Ask your language partner or tutor to correct your mistakes. Specific feedback is invaluable for identifying areas that need improvement and for understanding how to refine your pronunciation and grammar for clearer communication. Read English stories or articles aloud. This practices your pronunciation and intonation without the pressure of spontaneous conversation. It helps you hear yourself speaking English and allows you to practice the rhythm and flow of sentences, building muscle memory for articulation. Language learning is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be days when you feel stuck or discouraged. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate small progress and acknowledge the effort you're putting in. Persistence and self-compassion are key to long-term success. Ultimately, the reward is immense. The joy of connecting with people from different backgrounds, sharing ideas, and understanding new perspectives is unparalleled. English becomes not just a skill, but a bridge to a wider world, enriching your life in countless ways. No matter how challenging it seems, keep going. Every word spoken, every sentence read, every podcast listened to brings you closer to your goal. The journey of language learning is continuous, filled with discovery and growth, leading to a confident, articulate you. Engage in positive self-talk. Instead of "I can't do this," tell yourself, "I am learning and improving every day." Your mindset significantly impacts your progress and confidence. Believe in your ability to master English, and you'll find the motivation to keep pushing forward. Don't forget to celebrate your milestones. Whether it's having your first full conversation, reading an entire book, or understanding a complex movie without subtitles, acknowledge your achievements. These celebrations reinforce positive habits and provide powerful motivation to continue your journey. Embrace your unique accent. While clarity is important, a perfect native accent is not necessary for fluent communication. Focus on being understood and expressing yourself clearly. Your accent is part of your identity and often adds charm to your spoken English. English is a global language, a common ground for people from diverse linguistic backgrounds. Learning it isn't just about speaking like a native, it's about joining a worldwide conversation. Your efforts connect you to billions, creating endless possibilities for interaction and growth. Your voice, your thoughts, and your stories matter. Learning to express them confidently in English empowers you to share your unique perspective with the world. Take that first step today, speak that first word, and let your English journey unfold beautifully.